Welcome to our quick review of CER Graphic Organizer. In case you're new to the class or you just need the refresher, CER stands for Claim, Evidence, and Reasoning, and it's how historians and really pretty much anybody who writes nonfiction goes about structuring their paragraphs to get their point across. So your claim is going to be your opinion in answer to some question. Right? For this assignment, the question is there at the top, the prompt is, and it is, what factor do you think was the most important in the development of early societies in West Africa? Right? So I'm just going to say ironworking. Okay. Because it's a graphic organizer, by the way, I can use bullet points. I don't actually need to use sentences. If I was going to use a sentence, I'd say something like, ironworking was the most important factor in the development of societies in West Africa. Let me go ahead and fix that. All right, so evidence. These are what I know tells me that that's the right answer, right? So examples, quotes, things like that I've pulled in this case. We're going to just pull them directly from our textbook, so we don't need to worry about citing sources. Okay. And I'm going to say that it allowed people to make better tools, right? And to place more land under cultivation. So again, I can treat those as bullet points because it's a graphic organizer, right? And if I was, when I go to write this, I might take it as 2 sentences or I might take it as 1 in my paragraph. So for example, right, if I was going to write just 1 sentence about making better tools, I might say, ironworking allowed villages to make better, more efficient tools that increased their trade potential, or something like that. Okay, I could kind of say it however I wanted to say it. For more land under cultivation, right, I might say ironworking allowed villagers to place more land under cultivation, which actually that'll get into my reasoning, right? I'll just say which meant more food was available. I could also do this as a single sentence, even though it's 2 pieces of proof. Okay, I can combine it and I can say something like ironworking allowed villages to make better tools, which allowed them to place more land under cultivation. So in this case, right, with this sentence down here, what I'm doing is I'm building on, I'm using the evidence to build on each other. Okay? It's a little bit more sophisticated of a way to do it. So if you can, cool. If you can't, that's okay. It's a practice thing to be able to see that and be able to do that. All right, the last part of this is the reasoning. And what the reasoning does is it tells me how your evidence shows that you're correct. Okay, so I'm going to write something here. Let's see, better tools mean that, sorry, more food was available, so fewer people had to grow food, which meant that folks could specialize in other trades than farming. This led to increasing sophistication of societies. Okay. you would obviously say that differently. You're a different person with different educational background. Okay. Worth knowing, do not steal my example, both because I will recognize my own original work and because you and I write and think differently. Okay, you can come up with your own examples. I have faith in your ability to do that. With that being said, go ahead and just do your best. Completing the graphic organizer is not a substitute for writing the paragraph, unless I specifically tell you personally that that will be okay. Completing the graphic organizer, when you write your paragraph on the discussion board, it needs to be an actual paragraph. Okay, that means you're not telling me what the claim is, you're not telling me what the evidence is, you're not telling me what the reasoning is, but it's a paragraph like you might write for Miss Chambers in ELA, or that you might write for Miss Mack in science. Okay, that you are just showing me your completed thought. And trust me to figure out what the pieces are. Okay. On the off chance I don't, we can bicker about it later. But I guarantee I will. All right, if you have questions or if you need help, go ahead and let me know. And otherwise, I will see you later.